Hey, is it starting time? It's
Is it? Oh,
yeah,
oh, about to
it is.
start.
Does that mean we're late or what?
No, no, it's just like 3 seconds on the stream. So, okay, well, let's
Okay.
go.
All right, let's go. Let's start.
Okay, so, hello, people. This is, yeah, you might want to stop the static, Benji. Okay, so, I'm Izod, and this is,
Ben, other Ben
yeah,
from
we're
Canada.
both actually called Ben. One from England, one from Canada. We're also joined in chat by Chubmeister and Lactimid, who are two of our artists, and Ben and me, Ben and myself, we're programmers on Lost Sector, which, as I'm sure you're aware, is the 8-bit retro pixelated Mega Man style version of Warframe, which is,
Yeah,
in our
exactly.
opinion, far better than the original.
Yeah, obviously.
So this is our first self-hosted stream, and we're just going to be sort of taking you through some concept art. We appeared at TennoCon, which was awesome. So we'll be
Yes, TenorCon was
talking about that a
amazing.
bit. Going into some details about like updates coming up to the game and stuff like that. If you got any questions, just throw them in chat, and we shall answer them. And yeah, let's start. Do you want to go first, Benji, with TennoCon?
Oh yeah, so I mean TenorCon was a thing. It was pretty awesome. I met you over there, Daniel. You're a pretty cool guy. I mean, I also like met a whole bunch of other people too, just a whole bunch of all the Warframe players. And it was, I guess we should just say thanks to DE for actually letting us show
Oh,
off the game
definitely,
there.
yeah,
So that like they're really nice about it, right? So when it went to them to actually ask, if we could have like a spot in the arcade station, they like Rebecca was really open about it. So huge shout out to DE for letting that happen.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. That was a pretty big step for us. We'd appeared on a couple of what do you call it, prime times and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the one. But this was a pretty massive step. So that was awesome.
Yeah, it was
And,
also it was just amazing just to see all the fans, right? People who have never heard about the project before, and people who have heard about the project from like a couple of years ago, from when we on our first appearance on Part Time. So it was really cool to see people actually playing the game and actually talk to people about it. It was a really good experience.
yep. So hopefully we'll be there next year, and hopefully some more of us will be able to make it over there, which would be cool.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be good. It'll be nice to have you over there, Edward.
Be nice to be over there. Okay, so should we move on to some concept art stuff?
Yeah, sure.
So
What do you have?
this is just some stuff that the art peeps have put together. I'm seeing half of it for the first time, but yep. So let's see.
So where are you starting? Just in the environments? Or?
I'm starting environments, yeah.
Okay.
So let's see if I can get Twitch to show this. Okay.
Yeah, is it showing up?
I don't know. We'll soon find out.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I
hey,
see it
there
on
we
the
go.
screen.
So this file is called core. I guess it's well, so we're going through environment concept art first. So
Yeah, that's fine. Just do environments. It's fine.
yep. So should I click these buttons because I find I didn't open it as a diff properly.
Yeah, or if you open it in like Chrome or something, it'll
Yeah.
show the GIF as well.
I'll just click the buttons for the moment. So yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what this is for, but I guess it could just be a room of interest. It might be something objective based. It could be
I
something
think
to do with
it's a sabotage score, right?
yeah, I was thinking it might be.
The
So the
Corpus,
little
Corpus
keypad and
sabotage.
stuff, yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty funky. It looks like a lot of work
I mean,
went
like,
into it. So
well, with like a lot of these things that like Lachlan had so many ideas for like a lot of the environments that he's made. Like you'll see like in some of the other images, like we have concept art like for Earth and stuff and things that we're probably not even close to adding into the actual game, but
Yeah,
idea that we have.
the art department is about a million miles ahead of the programmers. So, you know, the artist will be sitting in chat like, "Oh, look at this cool new enemy I made, look at this cool new environment I made," and Benji and myself are just sitting there trying to get melee to work.
basically. Small steps.
Okay, let's see what we got next. This one's pretty cool. So, what was the name of the fairy frame?
Titania?
Titania.
How do you say it?
So, this has
I'm
been a
saying
concept.
Titania, or Titania, something like that.
So this was a bit of concept art for sort of more like an Enchanted Forest, which I don't think Warframe actually has at the moment, does it?
I don't think it just has like normal, the Grenier Forest, the Earth Forest, right?
Yeah. So this was kind of something that isn't actually in the base game, but thought it'd be pretty cool.
Again, it's just another idea that Lachlan had, I think. Just the whole. Lachlan brought up an interesting thing too. We're only seeing like a quarter of the screen.
I'll see if I can fix that.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, but I think Lachlan just like going with the whole like fairy theme of like Oberon and Titania, to have like almost like a magical forest thing.
Yep.
Or some sort of tile set that relates to that.
Oh, hang on, no, that's not it.
Yeah, like that's another thing to point out too. Like you see how far ahead like some of our artists are. Like they're already thinking about Warframes that haven't even come out in the normal game yet.
Exactly.
They're already thinking of adding that into Lost Sector.
Okay. Hang on. So it's first time that we've self-hosted streams, so still a bit of a learning curve. Yeah. Wouldn't be a live stream without it. There we go. That looks right soon. About you should see that soon. Hopefully.
Okay, I trust you.
So yeah, this stream appears to have gone black, but there we go.
Oh, there we go. Nice. Yeah.
It's kind of weird us commenting on the stream 15 seconds after everything occurs, but anyway. So yeah, this is the concept for kind of an Enchanted Forest. You can see Titania and Oberon there. Obviously, they're both kind of forest / magic themed. So yeah, this was just exactly, yeah. So this was just the concept. Another thing we should note is that the background, you can see it kind of has different layers. So we're working on adding in parallax layer support, which means that the really nearby backgrounds will scroll by faster than the sort of further away layers. So that should look pretty cool when it's done.
You're thinking of adding something into like your map editor, right?
I think I actually have I think I actually have it working, so I can show you a little demo of that later. So
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yes, Titania and Oberon, good love story. Better than Twilight anyway, so.
Well, everything's better than Twilight.
This is also true. Yep, should clarify that. Okay, what do we got next?
Yeah, like a couple of like Latinid floating platforms over there.
Yep, apparently this is another fairy forest themed one, but with
there's a couple
with a little bit of changes to the UI. I have no idea what floating platform, apparently.
Yeah, there's like floaty.gif and floaty2.gif in the folder.
Oh, I've got to click through all the frames now. Anyway.
You get the idea.
Yep. So it's just have a little floating platform with little jets underneath.
Yeah, I think it's different. I think the Lactum is just experimenting with like, different sort of tiles. I think like, it could probably like fit with this sort of whole Corpus theme, with like hovering platforms and things like that. So I think,
it's going to be an absolute nightmare to get the enemies to work around moving platforms and stuff. But Anyway.
Yeah, that's your department, all the AI.
Yep.
So you can figure all that out. As it.
Here we have a Draenei hobbit house, which is surprisingly fitting. You know, the doors really do look the doors in the Draenei tile set really do look like the doors in hobbit houses. So.
Oh yeah, I thought that was a really cool, neat idea too, right? So even having like I think one of the ideas that we were pitching around was having like almost like a Grenier like underground layer, like almost like a cave system that the Grenier built or dug through.
So yeah, that should be pretty funky.
And then we got another gift.
Hatch.
Another gift.
Yep.
Can you click through that as well?
This one's awesome though. So it's I can't remember what was the hatch for. Was it? What was it?
It was just an idea just to have different types of hatches that where you could just like get a key, pick up a key in the level or something, and open the door.
Yeah, I really like this one. The animation looks awesome.
Very versatile. You know, sort of like it's a hat-friendly sort of door that we wanted to use or wanted to make.
Yeah, I really like the animation on that one. That you can only see because I clicked through it. This is power core, so I guess this is something objective based again.
Yeah, I think this is the same thing as the power core in just is this the same one that he had in the other image above, right? For the sabotage core.
It might be the same one. Yeah, I think it is.
I think the other one was just a GIF of it. This is just with two different frames. That. Yeah.
So that's just the two different sprites. So.
Yeah, I think like on a technical level, I think it would be like pretty difficult to actually like destroy each of those cores on the spinny thing, like on a 2D plane.
Yeah.
So I think Latimer has like some different ideas of like how to go about actually creating like sabotage.
Yeah.
In raw sector.
That's something to think about.
Yeah.
At some point in the future. So
whenever we get more game types in.
Exactly. Yeah. So this file is just called test. Oh, it even is animated. I think this is just for sort of guiding the player slightly. Well, oh no, it's not. They've got fans at the bottom. Sorry. So
I think what it was. Where is it?
So it's kind of the.
Oh yeah, I think it was the idea of sort of almost like a maglev system.
Yeah, or you know, like on the Corpus, what is it, like Jupiter tile set? You know, the gas planet one.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, where
you've got the kind of the jets that push you up. Yeah. So
I think that's sort of what it was.
That kind of system.
The description that Lactimid put in here.
Oh yeah,
it's basically just like like something it was like a maglev system, where I guess your Warframe or whatever would maybe go through it. It would sort of just kind of like carry you through an array of like a maze or something. Yeah, there's different ideas that we can play with, right?
Yeah, something to think about. Yeah. The next one. Wire maze, which according to the notes was Lactimid tried creating clouds and did some filtering with difference clouds and tiled it and another bunch of stuff. But it just basically ended up with being a really, really awesome looking sort of wires background. Like really technical.
I see what I'm saying. We're looking at the background. Okay, I was kind of confused on what we were actually looking at here.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, so the background. Okay, cool. Yeah, like even like if you play like the Tenocon build.
Hang on, you've gone silent. You still there?
Oh, sorry.
Do it.
I forgot I was pushed to talk. Even if you look at like the tiles that we put in the Tenocon maps. Like you can see a lot of detail that we put into just like the background art and stuff. I was pointing that out to a lot of people that were playing their game, and just it's really cool how Lactimid really takes the environments that you can see in the Corpus ship tile sets and really bring them into like a pixelated style. I think he does it really, really well.
Yeah. So I should also clarify. Lactimid works mainly on environments, and Chubmeister mainly works on sprites. Or last time I checked, anyway.
Animation,
animation, that kind of thing. So it's not like he does nothing. We just haven't got to his stuff yet. So speaking of which, We are
that?
now on to. Oh, we'll move on to sprites next.
Sprites? Okay.
Yeah. So. Let's see. Oh, this stuff's crazy.
What, the faces? Or?
Yeah, faces.
Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
actually really love these faces.
So, I'm not entirely sure who made these. It was one of them. But yeah, it says here in the notes that it was kind of an idea for when you want to select different frames, or maybe if we have like an in-game codex or something, we could have all these have all these in there.
Yeah, I was also thinking like even like for it might be a cool thing if you ever add like transmissions. Like, you know, in Warframe you have like the transmissions of the characters on the side.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be really good for that as well. Yeah, and I think like the top ones they were thinking of using it maybe for like a character select screen. Like the Warframes at the top there. So
Yeah.
it's also pretty cool. I also really love like even though this is like technically pixel art, it's also amazing like how much detail you can
Oh
actually
yeah,
put into
definitely.
these.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's slightly higher resolution than the normal stuff, but it's still technically pixelated and still awesome looking. I mean, look at the detail on like Frost and Banshee and stuff. It's insane.
Oh yeah, it's great.
So you'll also see here a red mower, which has not previously appeared.
Yeah, I think
And
this is
it says here it works a bit like Volt's Ultimate, so it kind of
I think-
projects a small electrical bubble, and everything around it gets electrical damage and maybe stun. So
yeah, I think they were calling it the Tesla mower.
Tesla mower, yeah. So
I guess apparently there's probably just a concept that they found in the forums, I guess.
I'm not sure.
But, yeah, it's in the description in there, I think. But
Okay.
yeah, that's another thing that like I think we've been trying to do, or this artists have been trying to do, is really take a lot of ideas from the forums, from other people in the community that aren't necessarily on the Lost Sector team, but just people you know, that have
definitely.
ideas.
Like all the enemies when they've had like community generated enemy ideas, and you know they picked one or two winners or whatever. We've taken a look at the people who didn't win as well as the winners, and sort of figured out what would work well for us. So I think there's a bunch of sprites lined around there's probably about 200 different concepts lined around.
Oh yeah,
We may or may not add
it
some
might
point
even
in the
be more
future.
than that, but I mean, we'll get to it, right? As with everything.
Just for Cameo Daisetsu, I think is how you say it in chat. 8-bit Warframe is, well, 8-bit Warframe is kind of the overarching project. Lost Sector's the sort of first game in the, well, what we hope to be a mini series. It's kind of a retro pixelated platformer, kind of like Mega Man is what I usually compare it to. And it's but obviously all themed around Warframe. So it's not actually made in RPG Maker. Everything's made by us, so including the engine and everything. So yeah.
I think
that's
we're
what
gonna
it
talk
is.
a little bit about like coding and stuff as well later on, right? I think we're just getting through all this art that we have right now.
Okay, this one here is awesome because it is the Archwing stuff.
Oh yeah.
So this is a Frost in an Archwing with an Imperator and the Odinata, and gotta say it looks amazing. Like I really can't wait until we add this in.
Yeah, I think like we
I
have like,
keep
some
it-
ideas
Yeah.
of for having Archwing. I don't even know what are those games called, like those like top-down shooter things, or scrolling shooters.
Oh, I know the one you should mean. Yeah. So
Yeah, like
you kind of like
Galaga. Or something
Galaga.
like
That's
that.
the one. Yeah. So
I think that was one of our ideas that we had like for Archwing, is to have like that sort of game mode.
and in fact there was someone saying on, I think it was Reddit earlier, that they wish the game was top down. And I pointed out that actually some aspects will be.
For
So,
sure.
but yeah, I'm kind of tempted to just sort of ignore the current stuff in Lost Sector and go make the Archwing section, just because it looks like it would be awesome.
Well, I
But
think another idea we had was like to have like the Archwing be a whole like spin-off game instead as well.
yeah,
So that's something we talked about a while ago. So we again just never got to it.
exactly. Yes, so much stuff to program. Yeah, exactly. It's a side-scrolling platformer with Warframe theme. So, just for chat.
Like if you go to our website right now, 8bit.wf, you can actually download it and play it right now.
Yes. Although I should also point out we have a new website in the works, but that's a work in progress, as with absolutely everything.
I think to answer like Shuttersong's question, I think a lot of people compare it to Mega Man that played it at TennoCon. I never actually played Castlevania, so I'm not actually sure how it would compare. So,
If you download it and play it, then you can tell us which one it's more like, I guess. Then also,
exactly.
I'll probably do a run through of the game a bit later in the stream, so you can have a look there and see what you think about it. Okay, what do we got next? Oh,
Gentle mower.
gentle mower, yes. So this is a mower with a top hat, and I think it's a little pocket watch, maybe. So this is purely
Yeah,
conceptual.
like
We're thinking of having it. Actually, I should probably say this one's made by Chubbies and Psychotoxin. So we're kind of thinking of having this maybe as like an NPC that I don't know, that issues missions or something, or maybe side quests or something like that. Maybe even something in the main storyline.
Yeah, I think the
monocle,
was
sorry.
by
Yes, not a pocket watch.
Yui Kami, right? And I think we, like, again with a whole bunch of other things, like we just sort of taking these like random concepts that the community has thought up over the years, and we're just trying to see how we can fit them into Lost Sector.
Yep. So that's a pretty funky concept, and obviously his voice lines would be incredibly British and very proper and all that sort of stuff.
Well, if we have voice in the game, right?
Well, I mean, like the text version of voice lines.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course.
The stuff that he types out in the little console. Okay, what next? Yeah, so Grin Beer. So again, this is just taking the kind of one of the side aspects of Warframe, something that's not it's not really in the game, but it's been brought up in streams and stuff, and someone decided to make some art for it.
Yeah,
So
it's just like sort of like what do the Grineer do in their spare time when they're not patrolling hallways, right?
Exactly, yeah. So I think we've got Greedy Milk somewhere as well. What else? Like Tenno Pops or something. Some kind of cereal.
What was it, like Ezard Cola or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yes, it's crazy. Okay. This one here is the Grineer Commander, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, Grineer Commander in general, and the general has a ridiculous helmet.
Yeah, well, it's just sort of like a idea, because like if you notice, like in Warframe, the commanders have like basically the only difference they have is just this, like a taller helmet, right? So if the ranks, go with the helmet size, then that means the generals must just have like a really giant helmet.
Exactly, yeah. And then there's a comment in the notes about so some of the corridors are only kind of 2 tiles high, and most of our sprites fit into that size range. I think the sniper corpus didn't quite fit, so there were questions about how to do that. But yeah, there were some notes about having little sort of head bumping animations for the Grineer general. When they kind of go through a doorway and it kind of knocks their helmet off or something. So
yeah, or just making them like crouch or something when they're going through things.
Yeah. Okay. This here is a kamikaze mower. So I guess the name pretty much explains it.
Yeah, I think this is another community concept on the forums by
Artarwin. Probably,
yeah, something like that.
Probably annihilated the pronunciation of that name, but Artarwin. So yeah, obviously we want to get all the kind of the quote-unquote proper enemies into the game first, but when that's done, we definitely intend to introduce some of the crazier concepts from the community and beyond. So yeah, if also notes that if you have a concept and want to send it to us, then we will gladly look over it and see what it's like.
I mean, yeah, we have like our main forum post there, so I mean, you can just post whatever you want in there. We'll read everything that's in there. So
yeah, or you can tweet us at 8-bit Warframe, 8 with a number, that kind of thing. What do we got next? So the art guys went a little bit crazy at some point and decided to make every single Warframe. Only the idle pose at the moment, but even still, there's so here we've used it in some promos before with the text like which one will you choose and stuff. But here you can see every Warframe as of July the 21st.
Yeah, which is all of them
excluding
right now.
primes, I should add.
Right.
But,
well, I mean, the primes are really separate frames.
Yeah, so all the base Warframes are there. So
obviously, I think this was mostly Chubis. Or
yeah,
Chubbies?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
don't even know how you say his name.
Yep. So eventually, obviously, we want to have every Warframe in the game, but A, that's a horrifically large task for the art guys, and B, we just don't have enough sort of gameplay content to make it worthwhile at the moment. Plus, we've got to program every single power.
Yeah, I think right now we're probably more focusing on like level design and like enemies,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Than more Warframes.
But once all that stuff's done, then we can start piling in Warframes. Although to be honest, seeing as how far ahead the art guys are, maybe we should just ask them to
hack them
just
all
stop
in,
working.
Right? Yeah, or you can just like have them visually, right? Just so you can run around as like Ibarra, but you can cast like frost bolts or freeze bolts.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got next? This here is Snow Troopers. So part of our for Lost Sector as the first game in the 8-bit Warframe series will mainly be revolving around Frost, who is on Europa, I believe, and Europa has snow on the planet. So we figured some of the enemies that we come across should be slightly more geared towards that environment. So here you can see concept for the snow camouflage Draenei.
Yep. Yeah, I think concept is by what's his dude's name? Panzer Miedo.
Where are you looking for this?
Just the in the image.
Oh right, yeah, Panzer Mido maybe.
Panzer Mido, sure.
So yeah, that's that. And I really like the sprite of the Draenei lying down, sort of sniping. That
Yeah, I
looks
think
really cool.
I think Lactimate sort of made one for like the Corpus Blanca sniper dude.
Oh
as
really?
well.
Lying down.
Well, maybe not lying down, but from it was covering. It was hiding.
Oh yeah, that's
from cover.
yeah, that was quite recent. Yeah. Sort of hiding behind the crates or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just more stuff for me to program into the AI. Okay, this one is titled "The Hills Are Alive," which is obviously one of the main songs from the Music or the Sound of Music, but replacing Maria with a Draenei. I feel like we could make an entire thing out of that. Like we could replace a song like "What You Do with Someone Like Maria" with "What You Do with Someone Like Draenei" or something. So that's another crazy thing that the artists get up to. Here we just have some different variations of the Corpus enemies. So from left to right, I believe we have the Supra crewman, the Dara crewman, the Flux Rifle crewman, or Elite crewman I think they're usually called, and I'm not entirely sure what the one on the right is.
Yeah. I'm not sure either.
Someone in chat want to...
Or Lactimate can tell us.
Lactimate or Chubmeister, if you could tell us what the one on the right is. But yeah, obviously we want to include as much variation in the enemies as possible, and we have to be a bit more careful in our game as opposed to sort of standard Warframe, because stuff like bullets become a lot more powerful in shotgun Detron.
Detron. Okay,
That makes sense. Yeah. I see it now. Yeah. Obviously, stuff like bullets becomes a lot more powerful in our game compared to normal Warframe. So we.
I was also thinking about this too. It'll be like, cause this is like helmets coming out, right? Because like, you look at they're actually missing their helmets.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm just kind of curious, like how if you actually go about doing that, because you don't have normal Warframe, you can like shoot off the Corpus helmets, right?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of curious, like how we would do that with ours.
I have no idea.
It's all you're already shooting at the same spot, but those.
Yeah, there we go. Corpus Tech crewmen, elite crewmen, Detron crewmen, and they don't have visors. So yeah,
Yeah.
no idea how we don't do the. Yeah, obviously there's a huge issue of balance. Because like I said, bullets are really powerful, especially when we want the game to be predominantly melee focused. But we're working on how best to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll probably see some pictures that from I don't know, maybe from Tenacon or something, and there's like 400 bullets on the screen, all just sort of raining down death on the player.
So it's mostly like those Supra crewmen are just crazy.
Yeah, they need a bit of tweeting.
Oh, what's that?
So next we have a
test?
couple of different weapons tests. So let's see if yeah. So we have the Gorgon, the Ignis, the one that I forgot the name of, the Grenier sniper rifle.
Volker.
Yeah, that's the one. I don't know what the one on the bottom left is, and the bottom middle is the Drakato, I assume. Again,
Are these all Grenier weapons, or?
Yes, they are.
What is the? Oh, is that the boar? Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Well, in the notes it says testing testing the size of weapons to see if they fit on both Frost and the Grenier units. So.
Oh yeah. That was actually
Strun,
really...
maybe? Strun's a good call.
Oh,
yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Strun.
Yeah, because I think there's one thing, at least one thing that we have a lot of troubles with is with that Lanka that we have in the game right now.
Yes.
It's like such a huge weapon that a lot of the animations kind of like go off our, 2x2 tile.
Yeah. Obviously, we want more variation for weapons and stuff. It's just a case of getting all the artwork for it, getting all the programming work done for it.
Yeah, as well. And I think like most of I think we're focusing on Corpus units right now, though, right?
For the moment, yes, yeah.
For just because of the whole Europa, ice theme, but.
Yep. But yeah, these will almost definitely be included at some point in the future, as soon as I work out how to do 8-bit fire for the for the Ignis. That's going to be awful, but yep. And we're back to the faces now. So let's have a look what's next in the
random folder.
Okay, we got random now. Okay.
I got some more gifts for you.
Say again, sorry?
They got a few more gifts for you in here.
Yes, yeah, okay. Let me see if I can do it better this time. In fact, nah, it's fine. It should be okay. Okay, so I was just saying that there's 54 frames, so give me a second.
What Sanders is saying, just to respond to that, is that I actually think I really like the look of the Lanka in our game right now, because like it's really cool to just have it makes you feel like the weapon's like really powerful by having it to be like super huge. So I think it does fit really well. It's just a matter of trying to get the animations to fit inside a certain area is hard.
For some reason, it doesn't want to let me open it with Chrome, so give me a
So
second.
how about Internet Explorer maybe? I think that's what Baus was using last time when we were on the screen.
Yeah, that works. So let me just get this set up.
Yeah, I can't really see the stream right now.
Yeah, it's gone black. I'm just trying to get Internet Explorer working with it. Does it want to do that?
We have like, so what is this anyways? This is the helmet animation that you're trying to get to work?
Yes.
Cool. I think this was... okay, so I think Lackerman's description here is supposed to be, it's like just, it's not Nathaniel anymore, it's the sergeant. Whoever, like, on Mars, is it Mars, that where the sergeant is? I think it is. I think it's just like, Lackerman's idea of of the sergeant in his younger days, before he became a void fanatic.
Let's see if I can do this slightly differently. Bear with me a second. Hey, this should work, I think.
Cool. Working? Hopefully working?
Not quite, but do that.
Yeah, right? Technical difficulties.
Exactly. It would not be a stream without the technical difficulties.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully you bear with us for now, but I hope by next time we'll have some stuff figured out. Is it up now? Or?
We shall soon see. We shall see. It takes what, like 15 seconds to go through or something?
Yeah, it's actually. I see it.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
I see it.
Okay.
Cool.
So.
Can you zoom in on that, or is it possible?
Yeah, I zoom in a sec. So.
Okay, cool.
Looking at the description for this.
It's just a concept of him.
So the idea is it's Nefanyo in his younger days, before becoming a void fanatic, and when he was still working as a sniper.
As a lone sniper crewman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a Star Wars reference right in here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Tenno. I find your lack of profit disturbing.
And then the helmet, yeah.
Yeah, I really like this gift. It's really cool.
Okay, that's that one. This is entitled Relay Battle, which is
okay. Oh, you skipped okay, sure.
I don't know what order. I think Firefox is ordering slightly differently, but
okay, it's fine. Doesn't matter.
So someone got excited apparently and started talking about an intro for the game, and the idea of someone's was that Frost would have been found and a couple of Tenno on the way to get him, but somehow the Corpus found a way to disrupt the void cloaking of the relay, and a battle would commence, breaking the rescue off. And I will not say that spoiler, which is apparently there.
Relay battle. Yeah, but that's another thing. You know, we're just playing around with different concepts.
I think we're just playing around with concepts, maybe for like kind of like an introduction animation or something for sort of setting the scene. I don't know.
Or even just having like the relay as an actual place you can visit in the game, right?
Yeah, maybe. But that's way off in the future, so.
You gotta get Europa done first.
Yes, exactly. Okay. This is a concept for. Oh, apparently they started off trying to make a concept for Frost sliding along the ground, and ended up with this.
Apparently, with a weird conversation between Shubmeister and Lactimid.
Yep. So, Frost and Ember. Officially shipped.
Oh yeah, I think they've been shipped for a while. I don't know if you saw like there was like a group of people who made like some like tarot cards for Warframe.
Okay.
And like one of the tarot cards they had was for the lovers was I think it's Ember carrying Frost.
Okay.
That's what it is.
But yeah, now that we've done it, it's official. I really love the like the pixelated handwriting.
Oh yeah, it looks like just have like MS Paint.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can see Frost there. You can actually sort of see like how it's actually sort of sliding, right?
Yeah.
But then turn it on into something a little different.
Yep. Then this one, which is the Moonlight Threshstone.
This is probably one of my favorite gifts ever.
For those of you who weren't aware, there was a video put on YouTube. It was to do with the kind of epic music of the codex, and it was synchronized to the Moonlight Threshstone, and the Threshstone. So someone decided to make an 8-bit version.
Yeah, I'm gonna post the link in the chat right now.
Yeah, go for it.
Just so for those who don't get the reference, you can watch that video. And then just look at the skip. Basically, just allow him to just recreate that entire video in a single GIF.
in like 8 frames.
Yep. You can see like
So-
an old like Star Chart 1.0 in there as well.
Yeah. So next we have this preview.diff.
There's preview. I saw this.
Oh, this is for the. Yeah. So this is eventually what our starting menu will look like. Eventually.
Yep. Yeah, I actually really like this idea that Lachlan had. I'm not really sold with like how he has the cycle warframe like that. I feel like it would be better if it was just like a grid with all the warframes.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
then once you click on one, it rotates, does the whole animation.
Yeah.
But I really like this stuff because I think we added a version of this into the TennoCon build actually, just with
Yes.
the spinny.
Kind of a basic version. Yeah.
Yeah, just the spinny
If you look
thing.
at the-
So when
Yeah.
you load up the menu, it plays the animation of Frost spinning in out of the set.
It's kind of cool if you look at the start of the animation. The kind of the jets from the Lasette actually look like little hearts.
Did it actually? I didn't notice that.
I've just noticed it now.
Oh, they do actually. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, what else do we have?
Ta-da!
Steve.
Oh, you can do Steve first? Okay, sure.
So, yep. So apparently, someone was practicing making faces, and this happened.
Yeah, I guess Lachlan just found a picture of Steve somewhere, and you get this. Oh,
No,
Steve Sinclair.
Yeah, there have been stereo images of Steve and
Probably.
stuff made.
Oh yeah, Lachlan, where's the pink shorts? Where are those pink shorts? Huh?
Yeah, that's spoilers. Okay, and now, ta-da! Which
Even with that
is
image, you can see just like all the random stuff our artists make.
yep.
They might not have been directly relating to 8-bit Warframe, but I mean, they just have fun with a lot of different concepts and things to play around with.
Then we have a splash screen concept with a very special ominous prover wielder. It says here.
Yeah, there's an ominous dude in the background. I wonder who he is.
Yes. Definitely not a prover wielding fan sort of community created character. Not at all.
Yeah, definitely not at all. Actually, who's what does the text say in the background? Does it say Lost Sector? Or I actually don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure who made this. Was it Chubby's or was it
I'm
not
not
human?
sure.
Somebody knows.
Well,
If you-
one if you want to put in chat
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
corpus means. It might just be garbage text.
yeah, I would assume Lost Sector or something, but who knows?
It doesn't look
Or
long
it's a
enough,
secret.
really.
Or if it's a secret, then don't tell anybody.
Okay. I think that's everything for the artwork.
For art style.
Yes.
Or is that actually the Corpus logo in the background?
The corpus what's it?
We've got Lachlan in chat.
Oh.
It just says Corpus? Okay.
Oh,
Sure.
neat.
I believe that.
Makes sense. Okay, so what should we do now? Like a run through of the game, maybe?
What do we have in the notes right here, actually?
That's a point.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you just, if you want to, just go and run through the game right now. And we just talk about things in it.
Yeah, sure. Just get the game up.
Sure. I'm not sure if you... Well... I'm not sure if you have to turn off sound for that, though. If it's just...
I think sound should come through, which will kind of
Okay.
drown us out. But
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because it's just pretty loud in the actual game right now.
okay. Just make sure it's appearing on the stream, and then I'll start.
I think we just play a little bit and then... Because I don't know if people are interested if we talk about actual coding stuff. If people are interested
Oh, we can
in
talk
that.
about it whilst I'm playing, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
So,
yeah, we can do that.
At the moment, the game has 2 modes: Explore and Survival. I think the only difference is that in Survival it counts the number of kills you have.
And
And
that's
they're
basically it.
different maps.
And you
but,
still have unlimited lives in both of them. So
Yes, yeah.
you didn't
Obviously,
quite
we
get
got-
lives in.
Yeah, we got a bit of a way to go on game modes, but Do you want to start talking about programming or something?
Sure. I guess just go ahead and talk about Death Square. We can just talk about Death Square first.
Can do.
So Death Square is basically, well, actually, it's our, so Death Square is actually our engine. Well, mostly ours. It's like Ezra's engine, because it's mostly him that's made most of it, which is a game engine that we're making it put in Java. We're using it to build Lost Sector, basically. So, yeah. I don't know how detailed you actually want to get into it. But if there's any coders in the chat right now, but right now Death Square is using, those for the PC version, it's using, apparently the music's pretty loud compared to
I've turned the music down a bit.
Okay. I mean, turn it completely off too if you want, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, but if any of you guys are like coders and have ever used Java, right now Death Square for PC, it's just using the standard Java libraries, so it's horribly inefficient. So it doesn't make use of your GPU at all. It's all just CPU rendering, right?
Yep, at the moment.
So I think soon we're gonna try to get the engine to use OpenGL or like a Java OpenGL wrapper.
Which is what the Android version currently uses.
Yeah. So
the way
work on PC, people with like lower end PCs like Lactimage, it should hopefully run a lot smoother on lower end computers.
So the way it works is that oh, that's cool. There's animated stuff here. Anyway, the way it's currently works is that there's kind of there's a bug. Never mind. There's a kind of like a core set of features in the engine, and then there's kind of like platform specific stuff. So like there's stuff to control rendering on Android and desktop and stuff.
Yeah, so, anything like enemies and things like those are just built on top in the not in the engine but in the actual game project itself.
Yep. So that's why at the moment there's a bit of there isn't parity between the PC and Android versions. So for TennoCon, we used a map editor called Tiled to get some new maps out, and that all works nicely with the PC version, but it wasn't quite working with the Android version. And seems we're working on our own map editor that will sort of have more custom features and stuff. I'm currently unsure of whether to upgrade the Android version to use the tiled maps or just to wait until I've got the new map editor working and then we can.
I think the tile thing was just, I think it's an easy fix. I could probably fix it up, but it was just something that I wasn't really thinking of when I made the whole tiled parser. Yeah. So yeah, in chat I just posted a link just to tiled. I mean it's mostly made by one guy, and I actually really like it a lot. I mean it might not exactly fit Lost Sector as much as we would like, but
it's definitely really good as a generic map editor.
Yeah, like for any sort of like tiled based game, it's really good. So if you guys are interested, take a look at that.
But yeah, that is why there is currently a lack of parity between the two versions.
You got a time frame for Android, Ezra?
Nope.
When are you gonna update it?
Nope.
But soon, right?
Soon TM. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. So I guess some of the stuff I guess we should talk about what we're working on now. So do you want to go first? Do you have anything that you want to? You're going to be focusing on?
I have no idea. I think what I wanted to do was like fix up like survival mode and actually get real things in there.
Yep.
But one of the more major things, probably more longer term things, just because it's a difficult thing to get right, is procedural maps.
Yes.
So you know how in normal Warframe, like you have all the different like rooms and stuff, and they kind of like are randomly generated together to make a level. So we kind of want to do the same sort of thing in Lost Sector. So you'll have like just a random set of rooms just put together that will make up a level. So instead of having like the giant explorer level we have in the TennoCon build right now, it would just be more just like the randomly generated rooms and put together just so we can have a more variety of maps without actually having to hand make them.
So
I think it's just a lot of
it'll
code
basically just allow
problems.
for just a lot of code, but it'll allow for kind of more replayability because the vast majority of the maps will be different each time.
But I think we were thinking about just having sort of like a mix of both, like having things like the Explorer map, like very specific, really bigger stuff that we can make more elaborate things with, and then also having the procedural stuff on top of it just to add a little more variety.
Yeah. So that's what you're working on, and I'm working on the map editor and the AI. So at the moment, you'll notice the AI is not the best, really. There isn't really much intelligence. They kind of run towards you and shoot if they can. And they tend to get stuck in a bunch of places as well. So I'm planning on working on upgrading all of that to
Why don't you go
be
to
a bit better.
the what were you playing? Why don't you play a level of like the what were you playing, survival or
I was just on
before?
Explore, I think.
I was going to go for going to survival for a bit. Or if
Okay.
you want, I don't know if people are interested. If you want to show up the actual GitHub repository.
I was just going to show them stuff like the map editor and stuff.
Oh, sure, if you want to, yeah, that's fine.
So I can then show the parallax and stuff like that. Okay. Let's see if this works.
And just to respond to Shadow Song, yeah, I think we're trying to have sort of like a mix of both. I think so. I think we'll have like a lot of very like specific maps or very how do you call it, like very like sort of the maps that we have like in the Explorer that we have in the Tentacon build right now. So it's very what do you say? Like how very not hard coded, but like hard designed maps or like specifically designed maps for like levels and boss encounters and stuff like that. I think the procedural stuff is just to be on top of that. So I just want to run just a random like capture mission, for example.
Yeah,
They
so
just add more variety for those type of game modes.
it won't be completely procedurally generated, like, I don't know, like say Terraria or something might be. It will still be rooms slotted together, so each room will be designed by individually, and they'll maybe be connected directly together or with some corridors kind of thrown in between or that kind of thing. So, but I get what you mean about speedrunning, but
Yeah, but I think that we had the idea of having like for like more like specific encounters for maybe like the first level of the game, it would be when instead of having it randomly generated, it would just be like a static level.
yeah, for the
It would be the
tutorial
same
or
every single
something.
time. Yeah, or like some sort of like story mission where you find Nathaniel doing stuff. Who knows?
Yeah. But so yes, for the kind of like, I don't know, like boss levels or for the key parts of the story, then they'll probably be completely handcrafted maps. But for the most part, it's just too much work to manually make a couple of hundred maps. Anyway, here you can see the map editor. This big sort of black square in the middle is where the map will actually be when I get it working. I'll quickly show you the parallax thing so that you can understand what that's like.
Yeah, I don't think I've even seen this yet.
Okay.
I haven't even run the map editor since you added this in.
I have a feeling it goes. It kind of doesn't work properly, but
Well,
we shall see.
as long as it's more than a black square, we'll be good, right?
Yeah, that didn't work. I think I put everything in the wrong order as well.
Yeah, and just to respond to Linkopedia, I think I never actually heard of this game. Abuse? Have you heard of this before?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll look into that a little later. Abuse. It's not working, or
Yep, I'm trying. That's it. We're about to see. There you go. It's about 1,000 times faster than it should be at the moment, but yeah, that probably doesn't help at all. It worked a lot nicer on a different computer I was testing it on, but yeah, that was faster than I was expecting it to run.
well, that's good. I think, or not good.
Oh, and they couldn't even say it because apparently that window wasn't added to OBS. Yes. But anyway,
I see.
we can show that at some point in the future, I guess, when it actually works properly. I'll show them the quickly show them the nav mesh debugger thing.
Oh, sure.
So that's pretty funny to see how the AI works.
Cheers. Do you have like a tiled installed?
Tiled,
Or...
I don't think so, no.
Okay, then never mind. I was gonna say you can just show off like the telecom map and tiled, but if you don't have it, then don't worry about it.
Yeah. So quickly see if I can get this working. Oh hey, apparently it's on a window monitor capture or something.
And by the way, what you're looking at right now, it's code.
Yes. Probably not the best code, but this sort of debugger thing will eventually get integrated into the map editor.
I don't think I've even looked at this yet, too. You told me that you put it on GitHub, but I still haven't even touched it. I mean, like, I don't have to work with AI, so.
I'm not sure why that's not working, but that can be included in the future stream.
More coding stuff.
Yep. So,
yeah, this is all nerd speak black magic. Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
That's what coders do. We just make things auto magically happen.
Yep. Well, we try to anyway. What else have we got to talk about? Anything
I'm
left?
kind of curious. Is Lactimate or Tribute in chat? Like, are they? I'm just kind of curious what they're thinking of working on.
Yeah.
If you guys are there, we're probably like 20 seconds behind. So. Oh, there's I think Lactimate just added explore.png into the Dropbox.
Looking now.
I think that's the image for the entire Tenor map.
Yeah, I see it. Let's open that up. See if we can get that to display. There we go. So that should pop up in a second, and so this is just an overview of our entire explore map, which I haven't actually seen until now. So it actually looks pretty funky.
Oh, I guess you don't have tiles, right? So you've probably never opened the file before. Yeah, it's kind of cool. You can like zoom into the different parts of it.
Yep, you can do. I'll sort of scroll through it. So I assume these kind of translucent white squares are lockers, maybe?
The white squares, probably.
Yeah, I think they're lockers.
Let me open the image.
Or maybe other objects. Maybe kind of. There's the start here.
Oh yeah. The squares are enemies actually. Where enemies spawn. Then the small rectangles are lockers.
Okay, so
and then
these
the bigger
here
rectangles are doors.
Yeah, these ones here are lockers, and this one here is a door. So, just kind of scrolling through, got some kind of large osprey type things hanging up.
Yeah, I
think that's what they are.
Yeah, and then like the Corpus ships, you can see them in the hangar.
This last one's a raptor, I think. Well, it looks a bit like that anyway.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
So then you've got a little bit of split in the path, which is pretty neat. So this is one of the things we really want to include in our procedural generation, is to have like multiple paths to the same point.
Yeah, but that's hard to do.
Yes.
But I think we'll be able to get it. I mean, people have done it in the past, so I think we'll be able to do it. I just gotta actually put work into it.
So here's a really cool bit where you can see where the infestation has taken over part of the ship, and there's an ancient there in the sort of like little glass. Glass
yeah, this
cabin.
is what I was talking about. Like even just like you look at all the details is in the background that all the detail that Lactimate has put in. But you got to take note that every single one of these things are there. It's all tile based, right? So every single detail here has to fit in a 16 by 16 square. 16 by 16 pixel square.
Not everything. Some of them are larger, obviously. Like a lot of the objects are larger and stuff like that. But the majority of stuff is 16 by 16 pixel squares. Yeah. So I think one of my favourite bits is the kind of the Corpus suit hanging up on the rack. I really like how that looks. What else have we got? Oh yeah, so here's the greedy milk thing that I was talking about.
Oh yeah, I think a few people found that at TennoCon actually. There's some people like that.
Nice little reference, yeah. Got some crates. Nice big large room here. This looks like a mower's leg.
Where is this? Oh,
Kind
okay,
of bottom middle,
yeah,
just to the left of the large room.
Yeah. And then you scroll like all the way to the right, to the end. You actually see the extraction.
But first we have Izard Cola, which is named after me, I believe.
Yeah.
And Benji something else. I can't see what it says. It's obscured by
I think it's Benji bars.
Benji bars.
It's like some sort of candy stack. I don't know.
Yeah, that's us leaving our stamp on the game. And then you can see
add our name to everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Then you can see there's this. I think this bit's maybe meant to have lifts. You can see, or like elevators or whatever you want to call them, like platforms that move up and down. You can see there's like a platform here at the top and a platform down there at the bottom. But yeah, we didn't get those working in time. So there's a little kind of rover here, which is pretty neat. And there's the extraction point, which doesn't actually do anything yet, but it's
no, a lot of people got confused actually at TennoCon.
I can imagine.
They were like, "Oh, is this the end?" Because you can't just drop there and there's nothing else you can do.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's the end." So for now, until we actually get extraction working, right?
Yeah. Oh, we should probably add that to our soon to-do list.
Probably ending missions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the destroy the site button was I found some JavaScript code lying around somewhere and popped it in, and that happened.
Oh, 8bit.wf?
Yeah. It's pretty neat. It kind of turns your site into asteroids, so. But anyway.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, exactly. The website is pretty ancient, was put together in a rush, and yeah, and there is a new one in the works, but obviously it's just a case of prioritizing between that and the game and the map editor and
everything else you have to do in your normal life, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And like other projects and
eating
school.
and sleeping.
It's true.
Sleep isn't required.
So where are we at now?
Does anyone have any questions in chat that we're more than happy to answer?
Yep.
To answer.
Yeah, like Blackbit is in there. Chummaster. We're all part of the team here, right? And there's also, I think, one person who's not here. Our sound music guy.
Desio, yeah.
Yeah, Desio. He does like the awesome music that you can hear when you play the TennoCon build. We actually have a few other tracks that we didn't actually get into the build in time.
We only just got music working full stop, so.
That's true. Music plays. So that's good.
And we've got Cytotoxin who does some artwork occasionally.
I think he was working on like some of that Gentleman stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's been working
Who
on
else
some
do we
sprites as
have?
well. I think that's all the main people that we have right now. I mean,
yeah, there's been a lot of people that have gone in and out of the project. Like, we use Slack for communication. It says here that we've got 26 people of part of the Slack channel.
Yeah, so we have well, that was just Slack too. Before we were using Skype for our main communication, and then we probably have like 10 other people at least.
Oh, at least
yeah. Yeah, if you look at the in our forum posts, I think I listed all like past members and everything in there.
Chubmice is asking in chat about screenshots of the new website. There might be one somewhere in Dropbox if you want to have a quick look through. See if we can find out what that's gonna look like.
There's a new website not up. anymore, or do you?
I think I broke it at some point.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't actually go anywhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. Yeah. So I guess this is probably a good time just to point out like one guy who's not on the project anymore is Chaz, like Chaz Stud.
Mhm.
I mean, like he was part of this project like well before you or I, right?
Yep.
So I mean, he's basically put this team together that's here right now. So I mean, just big shout out to him if he's out there somewhere.
I think he was the one of the original people that started on it.
Yeah, it was him and his brother. I think one of their first builds was like in like an old Unity build or something like that. It was just like a platform with cross moving.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
But I think I'm probably the longest serving member of the team, as it were, now.
I guess true. I guess you joined like just before me though.
Yeah, I can't remember
Right?
when I joined. Yeah, I think it was.
Because
I think
we both joined because of the first prime time episode.
no, I think I joined just
No?
before the first prime time,
Oh, okay. So that could have been it then. Because I
and
joined
then you
right
were
after.
just after that prime time. Yeah.
Okay. But at least, well, we got two programmers, so that's good, right?
So in response to some of the stuff in chat, so we want to have both single player and multiplayer, which will be completely independent. So, that's the long-term goal anyway. So for single player, the idea is that this first story kind of revolves around Frost and Europa and predominantly Corpus with a little side of Grenier. So the idea is that you'll mainly stick to Frost. Well, you'll probably just stick to Frost during the story. Weapons will probably all mainly be Corpus themed, because obviously that's kind of the theme of the story. So there's more likely to be Corpus syndicates and stuff that you can get weapons from. The next game was it Banshee? I think we wanted to introduce a bunch of stealth stuff, and Banshee seems pretty good for that. So there was talks about Banshee maybe having it on Earth as well, which means we'll have like all the forests and Grenier and that kind of thing. Unsure about the rest of the future, but I think one idea we had at some point was that you would kind of unlock the Warframes for multiplayer by playing through the story. So maybe you'd play like a rescue mission, and you'd rescue Rhino or Loki or Excalibur or whatever. And once you'd completed the rescue mission for them, you would then unlock them for multiplayer. So it kind of sort of almost I don't want to say forces you to play story, because we're hoping it'll be good enough that you'll actually want to play story mode, but encourages you to play story mode in order to unlock the Warframes for multiplayer. I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, these are all just ideas that we have.
Exactly, it's
we're not too
just
sure exactly how it's going to work until we actually implement it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, like for the multiplayer for Android, like you had a version of it working, like an old version, right? A while ago.
Multiplayer, yeah. I don't think there was actually any enemies. You could run around.
Yeah, I think we're still trying to figure out if we can get multiplayer working on PC, because we don't really have any like dedicated servers or anything.
Yeah. So on Android, you can. There are some libraries made by Google that do everything for you, which is really, really handy.
Yeah, so like multiplayer, we can definitely expect that on Android. On PC,
may take a little bit longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So responding to some stuff in chat. When you say how much game time, I honestly have no idea. I guess the procedural maps will help us to expand that game time a fair bit. Just because we don't have to handcraft every single map. I guess maybe like an hour or two at most. I mean, we want to have a couple of bosses and stuff, and some quote unquote filler content in between the bosses, that kind of thing. Some side missions. Again, this is all just completely
I think at some point,
so,
like we were thinking about like not really, like episodic, not really episodic, but just like releasing it in parts, right? Just like one part of the story and then another part.
So Lost Sector is kind of the first part in the 8-bit Warframe saga, or whatever you want to call it.
So we're thinking just like, I think go just like an hour or two for each part for the story, just for the story mode. So
an hour or two of Frost, and an hour or two of Banshee, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
And to answer Shatter Song, wait, a stealth section starting with Banshee over Ash/Loki/Ivara.
I guess we kind of wanted to do things a little bit differently from the main game, and we felt that Banshee was sort of underplayed in the main game in terms of stealth aspects, because obviously stuff like Ash and Loki are really, really powerful at stealth.
It's invisible. Go invisible and rush through, right?
Exactly, yeah. But that kind of wrecked gameplay for our game. I mean, if you could just go invisible and run through the entire level, then it would be completely pointless. So we wanted to be slightly more tactical and sort of force you to think about your skill usage a little bit more, which should hopefully make it a little bit more interesting. I guess we're also just trying to deviate from Warframe in general. So you might have thought that we'd start with, say, Excalibur, because Excalibur's the poster boy for Warframe and so on and so forth. But obviously we're starting with Frost, which is, well, I guess he's one of the sort of first 8 Warframes to ever appear, but he's not the poster boy as much as Frost is. Sorry, as much as Excalibur is.
Mm-hmm.
So just sort of differentiating ourselves a little bit.
Yep. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot, I don't know, just, and I think one of the original concept was just Frost and so, well, who was it, like Peanut Reaper? I think like Frost was his favorite Warframe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was the reason why we stuck with it.
I think it was originally Typhus or Typhus.
Oh, was it Typhus?
Yeah, he created
Typhus made the...
He made the GIF.
Typhus, right.
Mm-hmm. He made a GIF for the...
was it Typhus who made the GIF as well?
Yes, it was, yeah.
Okay. Because it was like the original concept art that Typhus made and all that, and then I get confused with who made what in the history of this project.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there'll be a story for each Warframe, so, well, that's what we're hoping anyway. I guess once we have like a load of the framework set up, so like once we have the framework for a capture mission set up, we can just essentially spawn infinite capture missions should we require.
I think like right now, like you've noticed, like development's really slow. But I think once we get over the hump of getting the engine, to a more finished state, and getting all the base gameplay elements in,
once the map editors up and running,
and then you can start seeing more and more actual content, like story, and more weapons and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, once we've got all that kind of infrastructure set up, we can focus more on the actual content. But yeah. So yeah, there should be a story for each Warframe. That's what. So each part will be revolving around one Warframe. I don't know whether like each story will continue on or if it'll be completely separate. I haven't decided that yet. But yeah, there should be sort of one part for each Warframe. Yeah, ideally.
We had like a story guy at some point.
Yeah, we did. There's a bunch of stuff written down somewhere.
Yeah, it's true. It's all in the Dropbox.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Chaz has written a bunch of stuff in the past, so
there's stuff somewhere.
Probably take a look at that at some point.
But yeah, after the first story, the second one should obviously arrive a lot faster, because all we'll have to do then is the sort of the custom boss maps and scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Like, I'm actually kind of excited just talking about this.
Exactly, yeah. Really motivate me. I need like a stream every half an hour to motivate me.
That's true. I think that's the reason why I wanted to do these streams, though, right? Just so something to share updates and stuff with, right? So like we've been gone like 6 months without any updates.
Yeah,
not any
much.
Public updates at least. So.
Yeah.
Cool. Why don't you just like show off the? I don't know if people are interested. Just like the GitHub repository, or.
Yeah, so if you go to this URL, that's where literally all of our code is stored.
So you can browse at your leisure.
Yeah.
And just look at all of our beautifully structured code.
With no comments. It should also point out that if any of you want to join, it doesn't matter how good or bad you are at programming or art or story or map making or anything, then you are always more than welcome to join.
Or even if you're just like learning, right? I know we had what was his name, like Dalos? Like he was on the team for a while, and he was really trying hard to learn some programming. And I think even Lactimid right now is trying to pick up some programming, so he can help out, which is like simple stuff.
I think like all the art guys who've joined, pretty much none of them have had any experience with 8-bit art to start off with, and you look at the stuff that's being produced now, and it's being produced at a ridiculously fast rate. I'm really impressed. I know, I know Lactimid didn't really have Neither did Chubmeister, I don't think.
I don't know. We'll have to look at that. But you can confirm in the chat if you're there.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm really
definitely
impressed.
See how they've improved.
Even me, as a programmer, maybe just because like I finished school finally, so I learned a bit of things
Yeah.
in my 2 years, sort of being part of this project.
Mhm.
You know, I've learned a few things, and I've looked at some of my past code and how ugly it was. So I've definitely learned a few things on my own as well.
Yeah, like, me too. Like I wrote the entire engine, and obviously had to learn a bunch of stuff to actually make it work and make it work well, which hopefully it does work well. Like, I learned a bunch of OpenGL stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
that's debatable, but
Yeah,
I
subjective.
mean, I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It
For
works.
doing all your
It
stuff.
works. That's what
It does
matters.
work. I didn't see. Well, no, I didn't see any crashes at TennoCon, but there's just that one shrinking.
Yeah, I had that early on the stream actually.
Yeah. Oh, was it? I didn't
Yeah.
see that part, but
I
it was just
quickly
like,
shut it
I
down
think it's
after
just a bad. I think it's bad frost state or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, because like you can still like skate and get out of the
Oh
game
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I don't know
But-
what causes it, but
Yeah, he's bad frost state, I guess. Oh yeah, what? What's Stalker? What are you talking about?
we are not aware of any such character.
Yeah. I mean, by Stalker, do you mean like Ash or what?
Yeah, Ash kind of stalks people.
Yeah, he has a little smoke cloud.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that cool? Is there anything else we want to show? Anything else in the notes that we haven't talked about yet?
I don't think so. Any last questions before we go? Or we've actually been doing like an hour and a quarter, which is a
Yeah, no,
lot more
I'm
than I was
actually kind of
expecting.
surprised. I think we talked a lot about just art.
Yeah, that was like
You know.
40 minutes. Yeah. Also, I must say that hopefully this will all be up on YouTube at some point,
Yes, I've learned how
provided
that
I
works.
have actually managed to record it.
Okay, well, I hope you did. So
Prices, if you're talking about the
Prices.
price of the game, it will be free forever.
$0.
No
and 0
microtransactions
cents.
and nothing, no DLC. Lots of free LC, although I
Well,
hate
it
that.
is DLC. It just you
Technically,
don't
yes.
have to pay for it.
Well, so it's free LC, yeah. So yeah,
Yep.
completely free.
Yeah, the thing though, this is just us just doing it in our free time, and because it's a Warframe IP, we can't actually legally make money off of it without Digital Extreme's permission. And I think I like how it is too. It's a community game. It's driven by the community, and I think it should stay within the community, right? So the community
And that-
should be able to play it without any cost.
Yeah, and the fact that we're not allowed to make money off it means that we only get people applying to help. Well, I say applying, you don't really have to apply, but joining us who want to make it because they actually want to make it, not because they want to make money off it, which I think is
Yeah,
a much
exactly.
better way. So, yeah, that's that. If you don't already follow us on Twitter, I would say follow us, because that's where most of our announcements come through. I've just posted it in chat. And yeah, we have sort of obviously had a fair bit of contact with Dee. That's kind of how we appeared at TennoCon, and we've been on a couple of Tenno primetime things. Primetimes.
Yeah, but the other thing though, it still is their game. I mean, I have been thinking in the past that with some sort of contract or something, it could be possible in the future, but I don't think that's in our scope right now. We're not really thinking too much into that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously as like the ultimate end goal, I'd like to get it sort of greenlit on Steam and stuff, even if it is just for free. But obviously we need to make the game before we even start thinking about talking
Yeah.
about that. So
Yeah, so get things finished before actually
Exactly,
talking about it. So, so are we ending the stream off here, I guess?
yeah,
Yeah, well, I guess here I just want to say special thanks, of course, just to DE for making Warframe, because,
we kind of
wouldn't
wouldn't have
be here.
this. Exactly,
we
yeah.
wouldn't be, this wouldn't even be a thing if it wasn't for them. Also, I want to thanks DE Danielle. If you actually look at the fan zone section, our post is actually featured. So I
On
want
the
to thank her.
Warframe forums, that is. Yeah.
Yeah, in the Warframe forums under the fan section, the fan zone section. So she actually featured our thread for us. So props to her. And then also I want to say thanks to Baus Phoenix. So like in the past, like he's done a lot of promotion for us, and he's actually helped us with a few questions that we had about streaming as well. So I really want to
And on
say
that note,
thanks.
we should also say thank you to Daniel the Demon
Yes.
for some more help with streaming stuff,
Yeah,
and
sure. Get around
also
and chat for a bit.
religiously promoting everything we tweet.
That too. That too. So, yeah. I think that's about it. So, when's the
Exactly,
next stream,
Shatterstone.
Ezra?
what we are saying is Ninja play for free, completely free.
Yeah, completely for free.
And yes, PvP is sort of on the cards, but again, that's some far point in the future. Once we get the base game working.
Well, yeah, it's an idea that we've had, like some sort of like PvP arena mode.
I have no idea how it would work because I feel like people would just shoot each other with lankers and one-shot each other. So
limited ammo, melee, right? Right?
yeah, maybe. So we'll have to see how that goes, but
yeah, we'll have to think about.
It's definitely on our minds. Yeah.
So when's our next stream? After this one?
We're gonna say 1 month from now, approximately.
So,
hopefully it will be at a weekend, not on a Monday. But
yes, we're thinking end of August, like end of each month, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully end of August we'll have our next stream. You just you stay posted on our forums, as well as our Twitter account. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we shall see you all next time. And I'll also post a link to the website. So
Yep. And for next time, hopefully I'll have a better microphone.
Yep. So hopefully next time we'll actually have made some nice progress, and you'll be able to see what's happened. So yeah, at the website you can download it for. You can download the PC version if you search on if you search on the Google Play Store for Lost Sector, you should be able to find us. For some reason it doesn't show up if you search for it on the website. You have to search it through the mobile app, but we are there. Again, if you can't get to it, just tweet us or something, then we'll help you get to it. So yeah, that's that. Enjoy the game. Anything else, Benji? Nope.
No, that's it.
Okay. See you then.
Right, bye.